We're in divorce court today, Your Honor, because my wife is very unappreciative. I sit in front of you blind and unable to see my kids or watch them grow up because of the fact that I was defending her honor. There were some rumors going around that she was having sexual relations with somebody. I asked them about it, and I asked the person about it, and some substance ended up being thrown into my face, and because of the result of the substance, my corneas got burnt out.
Jeez, my goodness. Now, Ms. Sharpnack, did that happen?
Not the way he telling it. Me and him was arguing because the way he came in drunk. Him and the dude got into it because the dude said he didn't like the way he was disrespecting me. So they got to argue, and that's when
When all that happened. Now, Ms.
Wait. So the lady's story is that the dude was standing in her defense and was trying to protect her from her husband. Then the dude got him blind. So who's really lying and who's telling the truth here? But the only truth we know about the whole story is that somebody became blind out of that, and that's her husband. But let's get on with this to see the whole truth.
Shepard, you seem to have some information on that one. Why don't you come forward and you tell me...
Well, hold on.
No.
This is real important.
I don't hold on.
This is real important.
I'm going to get back to you, too. Hang on to it. Hold it tight in your hand. I'll be there. Ms. Shepard, what do you have to say about that incident?
That incident is he came home drunk. Very drunk. Disrespectful.
Were you there?
Yes. I was there. He came home drunk, and he got out of hand. So the young man asked him, like, chill out. Chill. It's not cool for you to disrespect her like that. And
that's how the altercation started.
Yes.
Mr. Sharpnack, your response to that is what? You can stay up there, Ms. Shepard. I'm going to talk to you some more.
My response to that is, when you come home to her, you have to come home drunk. So that's not an excuse for her to use that against me, because my wife has got this problem where she will nag you to death for the time that you get into the door. So I always get drunk before I came back from work. That's all.
So you came home from work
I get
every
drunk
day
before I come home because she nags me to death when I get in the door. So I came home like I would from work any other day, except for the only difference of this day is that the altercation happened with this gentleman, and when the substance had hit my face, she refused to even get up and go in the ambulance with me or ride to the hospital.
Did you refuse to ride to the hospital, Ms. Sharpnack?
Yes, I did. Because the simple fact is we had just got into it, and we was arguing back and forth.
And he was drunk.
He was drunk, and I didn't want to go to the hospital with him.
Well, now you admit to being drunk a lot. You admit to being drunk every day when you come home.
Every day since I met her.
Are you a happy?
Every day since I met her.
Are you a happy drunk? Are you a cranky drunk? Are you an abusive drunk?
I'm always a happy drunk until I come home. So, until I go home, I'm a happy drunk. That's what it is.
Mr. Sharpnack, I understand. Your primary concern is that she's unsupportive, and I understand there was an incident surrounding Valentine's Day that you found particularly disconcerting. Why don't you tell me about that?
I'm not a romantic person at all, Your Honor, but I tried to do something for her. She was sleeping in bed, so I woke up before her. I ended up walking to the local store. I got her, a little teddy bear, a little candy bar, just put on the pillow, just let her know it's Valentine's Day and I'm thinking of you, and I got plans for us later. She comes storming through the house, slams the stuff on the table. You're cheap, you know what? You're not gonna get me anything but this. I can't believe you.
He ain't even buy a teddy bear. He bought a candy bar. It's a Kit Kat bar. And
it was king size, Your Honor. It was king size.
Now I don't know if he's blind or he has dementia, because every story he's telling is almost very different from what the wife is saying that really happened. And good thing is that she has a witness in court. It's funny to see a blind man sit down here and talk, and because he's blind, that normal sympathy will come to him first and want to listen to him. But we should not allow that to fool us, because he might be the blind guy and also be the guilty one in this whole case. And you can see that the wife is not remorseful to any of the whole thing that he's talking about. One thing about the courtroom is that the truth always unravels itself. So let's continue.
King size.
Miss Shepard, do you live there?
No, I live here.
What you doing over there all the time?
I'm up there because she's always crying.
Because she knows it. She's over there because she knows it. That's why she's there.
No, my cousin is always crying because the things that he do. Like one time, we was all the family was over. She cooked. You know what he did, Your Honor? He put in a porno.
A porno movie?
Yes, while everybody was at the house and thought it was funny.
Did you put a porno movie
No, I
on
just
the
know how to
thing
get
while
all her
everybody
relatives out
was
of my
there?
house. Therefore, I put
So
on
you
a
were
porno
trying to
movie.
run people out?
Exactly. I wanted my house, so I put on a porno, I got them all to leave. And that's exactly what I did.
Okay. You also told me one more thing about being unsupportive, which is something about a glass of water. What
Yes,
happened
when I first
there?
had lost my sight, she would get me, I'd ask her to get me a glass of water. A 30-minute glory me speech about what would you do if I didn't get you that glass of water? Oh, Lord, you should thank me, you know what I'm saying? Without me, you wouldn't be alive.
Blindness as a crutch.
It's always a glory me speech with her, no matter what she does.
Do you remind him of how grateful he needs to be every time you do something for him?
Always. Anything he wanted, I would do. I was always at his beck and call. I did everything he wanted. Even when that happened to him, I made sure I was up, giving him his medicine, putting his eye drops in. I never complained.
Even when it happened, that's why she never rode in the ambulance. But she was there for me all the time.
But you was drunk.
And you were still there being nosy.
And I was mad.
So, I mean,
that's why I didn't ride with you.
Another thing, her cousin never leaves the house. She's over there more than I think I live there.
She's over there a lot. I did
She's over there a lot. She's over there more than I live there.
I have to be when he's throwing food, Your Honor.
But this is one of the things that you will know that a family is going through turmoil, When there's always a third party in the room and the third party is not there to solve cases, but there to defend one. That's where you know that this family is unresolvable and they'll keep having issues. In this case, this lady's cousin is there and she's not there to resolve their issues or to mitigate it. She's there to support her cousin, which means that she's there to spark up the fight and ignite it and not allow these two people to settle in, which is actually a red flag on its own, and it makes the marriage even worse. And not to excuse the fact that this man has his own issues. The man has a weird way of handling things by putting adult movie when you have family gathering. That's a weird way of handling things. And also the wife too, we have our own issues. It's just that we've not heard about them yet.
Mrs. Sharpnack, you say that your husband uses his blindness as a crutch.
Okay. We all at a grocery store. He give girls the phone numbers because he wants them to feel sorry for him with his blindness.
Oh, yeah, because we was hiding behind the groceries. I said, look, Toya, look. Here he go.
Once again,
Wait, why is she talking? Why is the cousin talking when she's not asked to speak? It's almost as if two of them are there to narrate the whole story, which is supposed to be just one party.
With his blindness.
Oh, yeah, because we was hiding behind the groceries. I said, look, Toya, look. Here he go.
Once again, guess who was there? Once again, guess who was there? Once again, guess who was there? Picking out the pork chop. Guess who was right there? Picking out the pork chop. Because she never go nowhere. That's what I'm talking about, John.
Yes,
She
sir.
never leaves.
Let her finish the story. Go ahead.
We standing there. I'm like, look, Toya, here you go. Can you hand me this mess? Oh, you sexy. I can't see you, but I can hear your voice. And he's like, but at the end of the whole conversation, they exchanging numbers.
You macking at the grocery store?
Yes, anywhere. He can't go nowhere without getting a number. Using his blindness.
Mr. Sharpnack, where you macking at the
I was
grocery
not
store?
macking at the grocery store, Your Honor. That was impossible. The stuff they accused me of is ridiculous. I did not mac at the grocery store.
You say that she's
I
a
said.
cheater. Do you believe that she's cheating on you?
Yes, I believe that she stepped out of our marriage first. So I cheated on her because she stepped out of the marriage first.
You got proof.
What made you believe that she stepped out on your marriage?
Well, Your Honor, there was this one occasion where we watched a movie and then we fell asleep. And it happened to be around, I think, 3:30 in the morning. And I woke up and happened to notice she wasn't in the bed with me no more. So I went in the living room to see if she was about to be watching TV or something was wrong. So I'm looking around the house, she's nowhere to be found. So, you naturally instinct, I go outside and look around and see if something happens and somebody left somewhere. I go outside, I open the door, I look to the left, and sitting in the back of this van that's sitting there is my wife in the back seat with the dark tinted windows with one of the fellas. So, I knocked on the window, I'm like, at first I couldn't believe it. I turned around, went back in the house, and said, yeah, right. And then I turned around, came back, I was like, no, that is her. So I knocked on the window, I said, you need to come. I said, you need to come in the house. So she comes in the house, she's like, I was just talking to him, nothing happened. So the next day, my friends came over, and they asked me, last night, that she was out here having sex in the back of the van.
What friend was that?
Now, Miss Sharpnack, did you get out of the bed with your husband and into the back of a car with another man?
First of all, we were staying with a roommate. The roommate asked me to go to the store with her. We went to the store. We sit in the van. It was a couple of dudes in there. But if you ask him, he was sitting on one side of the van, I was sitting on the other side. We wasn't even communicating. I was sitting there to be with my roommate because she was trying to talk to this guy that had in the front seat with her.
So you were kind of like the wingman. You were holding down the situation while she was trying to rap to this other brother.
Exactly.
I got it.
Yeah, how do you end up going to the store at 3:30 in the morning? She just said my roommate asked me to go to the store 3:30 in the morning, but then you end up in the car with a bunch of guys. I mean, how does that happen? You end up going to the store and you end up with a bunch of guys. That don't even make sense. You get what I'm saying?
You got a point there, Mrs. Sharpnack. I mean, it is an unusual set of circumstances.
All right.
Okay, Like I said, we went to the store. When we got back, they was coming from next door because they live next door.
But is it 3:30 in the morning?
It wasn't that late. I say about.
It wasn't that late, it wasn't that early. To be honest, I feel like this lady is lying and she's just cooking up the story. The man actually caught her. She was actually cheating or in the process of cheating. That's how I see the story so far. I feel like she's lying on this narration of the actual events, and thank God that her cousin wasn't there to back her up.
Was it 2?
About 11, 11:30, something like that. Because it wasn't that late.
It was about 11 minutes past 3. That's what it was. About 11 minutes past 3. I'm telling you. She stayed out there until about 3:30.
Mr. Sharpnack, you say, even though you admit to drinking quite a bit yourself, you say she drinks 2 and becomes a different person when she does.
Oh yes. There's 2 different Toyas. There's the sober married Toya, and then there's the drunk I'm single Toya. Right. The one time, Your Honor, for a reason for you, the one time she went out drinking with her friend. I said that's fine. I know when she left, I was sober that night, that she put on panties. And so she left and she came back without any. And she said, well, we stopped at a guy's house and we went to a different club, but nothing happened and she was so drunk. And I'm just sitting there listening to her story like, this don't make any sense.
He lied.
So she wakes up in the morning, first thing she does, I'm watching her, she wakes up in the morning, she grabs her head like this, oh, I got a hangover. I'm laughing at my brother, of course you do, you saw how much you drunk last night. Then she says, where's my panties? I thought you didn't wear none. See, look. And busted her right there as soon as she said it. She's like, I had on panties last night. I know what I said. I wasn't that drunk. And that's what that all leads to stories always are coming back surrounding her about her cheating.
Okay. Ms. Sharpnack, do you care to explain how you misplaced those panties?
I still had on my panties.
What?
I still had on my underwear.
You did?
I don't know what he talking about.
So, I had reason to be concerned.
Kristen over there making up all those stories. What? You want to tell a real story about the time you lied and said that you got shot and stabbed?
No, you tell the real story about how you like it.
Well, you tell me.
That's why she watched me so much.
Ms. Shepard, you tell me that story.
Toya was gone. She called me like, oh, I gotta get to.
Got into it.
Yeah, tell me like, she called me was like, well, I gotta get back to the house because Chris said he got shot and stabbed. So she rushed into the house. He sitting on the car and said, you want to see my stab wounds?
Ain't nothing wrong with him.
He just wanted you home, but come back home.
He love making up stories.
Did you call and tell him that you got shot and stabbed just to get her back?
She gotta get away from the man she's cheating with sometimes. I needed her home right then. And, I was dinner time. I needed her home. Well, yeah, I did make up that story. That one I did do. I wanted her home, and it worked.
Okay. Jan, it's
Mr. Sharpnack, I don't know what's going on at your house, but I enjoy you. If I had a party, I'd invite you over. Because you tell a good story.
To be honest, the guy is very funny. He's very, very funny. He has every excuse for different things. He has a good sense of humor. But the issue here is that he has a drunken problem. He has a lying problem. And he's also cheating on his wife at times, even though he claims that she cheated first on him. I don't even know who's lying and who's telling the truth. At least the guy has owned up to some part of his lies. And I feel like she has a part to play in this whole thing. But let's hear more of her stories, or her cousin's stories in this case.
You tell me why you seeking $400 from Ms. Sharpnack.
Well, because I had got 2 cell phones, one for me and her. At this point, I knew she didn't have a job, but she was honestly really, really like looking hard in the paper for one. And I said, well, she's like, we didn't have a house phone at the time. And she said, well, you're gone at the car wash all the time, and I need a number so I can start giving these people when they call me. You're not here, so it could be an interview where they tell me to come in right away, and you're not even here to give me the message. So I said, okay, you're right. You're gonna help me pay for the cell phone since I'm the only one in the job. I'll pay for it now, and then you can just help me, back up on some of the bill when you get your money or you get a job. So ever since I got her the phone, all she did was text message her friends. She'd never get. I'm like, what happened to the job you're supposed to be looking for? I'm gonna look for one tomorrow. The paper today wasn't no good, and it was, it was the main paper. I'm like, what do you mean? The paper today wasn't no good. I'm texting somebody right now. Talk to me later.
Ms. Sharpnack, did you get a telephone from him under the guise of trying to get a job and just used it to text people?
I used the phone to talk to my mother because at the time I was living in Ohio. My mother was living down south.
Right.
So I constantly kept in touch with her.
Right.
And with my sisters.
Right.
Now with the $400, I don't know what he talked about because the bill was $23 and the phone was $50.
Bill was $23.
Bill was
and the
$23 because there was no long distance plan on the
Phone
bill,
was
and she was
$50.
It was one
going
of them
all down
T-Mobile
south and
phones.
everywhere else, and ran the bill up to $400. The other kid was like $800, but I
It ain't
paid.
never
Did you
went
ever
to
get a
400.
job? How come you don't have a job? That's what I want to know.
Trying to stick with
Miss
him.
Shepherd, what you about to have a stroke back there? What do you want?
He was her job, constantly, every day, all
Trying
day
to
long.
stick with him.
Clothing him, trying to satisfy him by feeding him, and he want to throw the food on the floor. He don't want to wear this. He don't want to. What is this? I mean, you blind.
When
I
he
mean,
get
what you
drunk
know?
and want to take a bath, I had to give him a bath because he was too lazy to give his own self a bath.
Yes, he was the job.
Are you so much of a job that she can't go out and get one that pays?
No. I wanted her to get a job, but like as you can see now, when one wife is gone, I had to put up with the other naked wife that was still at the house for some reason. So I had to put up with the other one. Now I'm pleased with one, and now I got to put up with another one. So it's like there's two of them, and it's not just one, and I'm getting double teamed no matter what I do.
And she
Okay, but the lady has kind of like a justifiable reason why she couldn't get a job. Because the man was a handful. And also I feel like maybe she had a soft spot for him because there are a lot of wives that would just leave the husband to deal in his own mess while they go to work and just let him be. They just make sure that at least every other thing is set in the house. And maybe leave him a voice note about where to get his things. I think she must have been fed up to the break of things to take care of a guy that doesn't even want to take care of himself. Dealing with a blind or satisfied spouse is pure chaos, and I can imagine the mental toll on the woman's head at the time when this guy became blind. Even though we constantly blame her for the reason why he got blind in the first place. But let's see how this ends.
He ain't started talking about getting a job until the end where he couldn't get the bills.
Well, what about
You know,
the girl
the thing with the phone, you were in it together, you were both trying to do something. I don't know how much the phone cost. I don't know how much the bill is. I know better than to ask for anybody got a receipt. It was just foolish. Nobody's got a receipt. Nobody's got a bill. Nobody's got a clue. You guys need to get a job, and I don't care what he says or what he wants. You go out and you make some money, and you make money and you bring it home.
Oh, yeah.
And when you go to work, you bring the money home, you tell her to go home, and then you may be able to work something out. I think this marriage isn't going to work out. I think you live in a disassembled community. I don't know exactly where you live, but I think people are hanging about a bit too much with not quite enough to do. And when you hang about with not enough to do, you end up doing the wrong thing. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Thank you, Artie.
All right.
This is a good call, to be honest. The fact that they didn't come with any phone bill or anything is already wrong on their path. That aside, like George Lynn said, there are too many people hanging around them that are really not having anything to do, and that is just referencing the cousin. The cousin is the third party in this whole relationship, and the cousin is not there to help. She is there to cause chaos, and everything that is done is over amplified because there's a wrong party in their mix, which is very sad. The truth is that they might find a way to work things out eventually, and this divorce might not be finalized, but the first step will be getting rid of this cousin who is always poke-nosing into a business that's actually not hers. Tell me your thoughts on this whole issue. I'll go by the name East Coast Prince, and this is East Coast Talks, and you can watch the next video. Peace.
Chris says he talks more with LaToya since the show, and the hostility that they felt toward each other before divorce court has become more of a friendship. Chris is still with his girlfriend, and though he and LaToya still intend to divorce, they are glad they will remain cordial. Chris says that without Judge Lynn's advice, that never would have been possible.